Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to insert snippets of code from other websites that you may want to connect to. So one example is PayPal, where you can get a Buy Now button from PayPal, and they'll give you a little bit of coding that they say, put it on your site for the button to appear. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very simple. So first, I'm just going to look on my site and make sure that I know where I want the code to go. So maybe I'm going to put it down where my testimonials are. Maybe I want to get rid of the testimonials. Or you know what, better yet, I'm going to put it in between my Follow Me and my testimonials. I like both these sections. I want to add a new section. So I'm going to pop in and just make sure I know where things are going to go. So I'm logged in right now to my website. I can tell because I've got the gray bar across the top. So I will pop in and come to my dashboard. For this change, we need to visit this section of the dashboard. This section is recommended for experienced users, or if you're following closely along in the video. There is some potential that you could foul up your site a little bit with these settings, but as long as we're safe and cautious, there shouldn't be any problems. So everything on the home page is managed through something called widgets. So if we pop into this section, we can use those widgets. So on this screen, this part of the screen kind of shows you the available widgets. And we won't go through all of them, we'll just go through the ones we need. But these are some of the available things you can add to whether it's your sidebars or different parts of your page. So for example, I might just open up a new, I'll duplicate this tab here and go back to the front page of the website, and you can see how the widgets in the back end match up to the widgets in the front end. So if I look at the front end of the site, this says About Coaching, this says Services, and this says About Me. Let's see if we can see where in the back end these sections are managed. So we'll go back to the widgets, and I've got these sections here: Home Middle 1, Home Middle 2, and Home Middle 3. Let's open up Home Middle 1. We see Featured Posts About Coaching. Well, that looks a lot like this section right here. Home Middle 1 is this area. Let's close this up. And now let's look at Home Middle 2. And it says Services. There we go. Well, let's pop over. Sure enough, it says Services. I can now predict that Home Middle 3 is probably going to say About Me. Let's take a look. Home Middle 3, there it is, About Me. So there we know that the three sections here are managed by these three widgets. So I don't want to mess with those ones. I want to go down to the bottom. So let's look at what's happening in the bottom. So the first thing here looks like it's a recent articles section. That looks like this section. Not quite where I want to go, but I'm getting closer to where I want to play with down here. Let's keep going. Home Bottom 2. Oh, this looks like it might be it. Newsletter, Twitter feed, Follow Me, and What People Are Saying. Let's just make sure this is the right spot. Newsletter, Twitter feed, Follow Me, What People Are Saying. Exactly. So I want to put something between these two sections here. No problem, I've found my spot. So it's right between these two sections I want to put something. Well, how do I do it? Well, I have all these different choices of widgets to put into that area. Just as a test, so we can see how this works, let's just put in a calendar really quickly. So what I do is I left click, I hold, and I drag this down, and I just put it, and I let it go where I want it to be. So it's going to be right between the social media widget and the testimonials widget, and I'll let go. Test calendar of posts. This is just a quick test so we get familiar with how to use this page. So there, I appear to have added a test calendar of posts between the social media widget and the testimonials widget. Let's pop over. Well, I don't see it yet, but I won't panic. I just need to refresh my page so that the changes take effect. So I will refresh and scroll down, and there is our test calendar of posts. So this little sample test worked fine. So I could go back here. If I wanted to change the name, I could say Hello World, hit save, go back here, refresh, Now it'll say hello world. Oops, there it is right there. So very simple once we know what we're doing. So I in fact don't want to add a calendar. I want to add a snippet of code from my PayPal page. So I'll delete this calendar out of the position. So it's gone now. Whenever you're adding snippets of code from another website, like a PayPal or an Amazon, something that's functional, use this little text widget, which can be used, it's very versatile. You can use it for almost anything. So we're going to left click, drag it over, put it into the target position and let go. There it is. This is my text widget. Title. Let's just learn how a text widget works first of all. There's a title field and then the actual text field. Let's pop over here and I'll refresh again. My calendar will disappear and now I've got this new area. So this is my title, this is my text. I'm going to leave this in there for now as a placeholder so I know where to go after I go to PayPal and grab my code. So we're going to pop over to PayPal. I'm already logged in here and I've navigated my way to the Merchant Services tab. So what you want to do on Merchant Services is we want to create a Buy Now button. Now there's a lot of different buttons on PayPal. We're not going to go through all the different examples. I'm just going to create a sample Buy Now button just to show you how to move the code into your WordPress site. So we'll do a Buy Now button. And again, I may speed through this part a little bit because this demonstration isn't all about PayPal and how to use it. We'll use that in a different video. This is just moving the code from PayPal onto our site. So I'm just going to imagine for a second that I like to charge $5 for my initial introductory coaching sessions. So I'm in high demand. I don't want people to take advantage of the service. I'm going to charge $5 for a quick initial consultation. So, and I want to handle the payments automatically. So I'm going to create a Buy Now button here in PayPal. So I select Buy Now, and the item name might be initial, consultation, and you can just put in pretty much an arbitrary information into item ID. I'm going to charge $5 US currency, and this kind of shows me what the button's going to look like. I don't need drop-down options because right now I only have one option, but I'll just show you really fast. That. Now there's a few choices. There's no shipping, so I can skip this part. I'm not going to charge tax. And depending on the type of PayPal account you have, you may have a merchant ID or you may just have an email address. I'm going to flip mine to email address. Let's hit create button. I don't need to track inventory or customize advanced features. I'm pretty good. This is the button that is going to appear on the site. So let's try it. Let's create button. Uh-oh, drop down. So I made a mistake. Drop down menu name is required. Selections. I just needed to put that in. Here we go. Oh, I see selection. Let me edit this. Selection shouldn't be choose your there we go. So this is what things will look like. Create button. Now I'm on this page. Add your button code to your web page. So now it's given you this little bit of confusing code. This is the code that generates this button. So I've highlighted it. You can also click this to highlight it all and select it, and then I'll right click on it and select copy to put it into my computer's clipboard, and now I'll go back over to my widget page. So here I am on my widget page. This is the widget title. So let's give it a new title. book a low-cost initial session. I'll get rid of this text, and I will right-click and paste. Or for you keyboard junkies, you can press Control V as in Victor. Control V will do the same thing, but there I just pasted it in. So there it is. Now I hit save. Go back to my live web page. It's not there yet because I have not refreshed yet. I will refresh. And there it is. Make a choice. I can buy any of these things. Bam, bam, bam. And if I hit buy now, it would take me into the PayPal flow. So it's really that easy. When you get to any type of page, like PayPal for example, or Amazon, or there's many other types of sites that'll give you a code snippet, you just select it all and put it into a text widget on your site. You can also, this is if you wanted to put it here on this page, I'll just show you how to put this type of code onto an actual page itself. So let's, on our page, let's go to our services page. Or better yet, maybe it's on our contact page. And this is where people can book an initial session. If I wanted to put it, let's put actually on the services page. I want to put a button on my services page, which is not necessarily in the sidebar. I want to put it right on the page, right here. I'm going to take out this text and say, I look forward to meeting you at our low-cost introductory session. No problem. First, looks like I'm not logged in on this page, so I can log in. See, I don't have my gray bar across the top, but that's okay. Just click the login button because I want to edit this page. I'll log in using your own information, obviously. And you log in. Visit that page again. Was it services? Yeah, this is it here. I want to edit this now, so I can just hit edit right there. So again, we're going to add a PayPal button right inside the page. So, first steps, if you're interested in coaching, maybe I'll change the text here. We can have an introductory session. Click below to request your low-cost I'm going to take off the button just on this page that leads them to the request a free. Take off this. Now, we're getting ready to paste that code in here. There's one thing we want to watch for. Right now on the editing screen, we're on the visual editing tab. And we know we're on the visual editing tab because we see kind of these cool buttons. They look a little bit like Microsoft Word. They can help us do handy formatting. You know, there we go, these little formatting buttons. I just made that bold. This is the visual editing tab. That's what you'll probably use most of the time. There's also a text editing tab. When you flip over to here, you start to see some of the coding on the website. So where I just made this bold, well, in the back end, the website did it by putting these little hidden tags, strong and strong, around those words that I wanted to pop out a little bit more. So, this is the page that I want to add the code to. I don't want to add the code to the visual page because I want the system to know that I'm inserting a special type of coding. So all I have to do is flip over to the text tab and find my spot here. So it needs to go somewhere right there. Let's pop over to PayPal. We'll select my code again, right-click copy, back to my page, right-click paste. So now I've put that in, and I can preview it before I update it, just to make sure I like it. There it is right there. So I do like it, I love it. So I could even, now I might want to put in a title to it to make it kind of look a little bit better. So I could flip back over to the visual editor. I won't touch this area because it's being managed by the code, but I'll put in a new title. Select your maybe make it heading 2. We'll see if that looks nice. That's a little bit big. Let's make it heading 4. There you go. And there's our button. So that's all we had to do.